and we have serious concerns about the physical and mental health effects of the current protocols promoted for the care of children and adolescents in the United States who express discomfort with their biological sex.
The American College of Pediatricians has issued a statement condemning child gender transition. You know me, I'm wearing a neckerchief. I believe that everyone should be who they want to be. I believe in freedom. I believe in freedom of choice. I believe in freedom of expression. I believe in freedom to love within the obvious limits that the law has already provided. Let's see what the American College of Pediatricians has to say about child gender transition.
This declaration was authored by the American College of Pediatricians, but really it was developed from the expertise of hundreds of doctors, researchers, and other healthcare workers and leaders who, for years, have been sounding the alarm on the harmful protocols that continue to be promoted by the medical organizations in the United States. Despite recent revelations from the leaked WPATH files and the recent release of the final report from the CAS review, these medical organizations have not changed course. So we are calling on these medical organizations of the United States, including the American Academy of Pediatrics, the Endocrine Society, the Pediatric Endocrine Society, the American Medical Association, the American Psychological Association, and the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry to follow the science and their European colleagues and immediately stop the promotion of social affirmation, puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgeries for children and adolescents who experience distress over their biological sex.
It's a curious story in a way because we are invited again to consider the opinions of scientists when the opinions of the scientists seem to have been meshed together with cultural views and perspectives. Remember when Fauci said the figure of 6 feet, it just sort of appeared from somewhere, it just appeared out of the air? Well, there's no question that there are ideological movements around gender, and as I just told you, I believe that adults should be free to be who they want to be. From a personal position, I remember growing up being sort of riddled with doubt about who I was and what I wanted. You don't become sort of as mentally ill as I've been at various points in my life, or as addicted to drugs as I've been at various points in my life because of certainty. In fact, certainty is a terrifying thing. It's not the first time that someone has offered the argument that part of the duty of adults, part of the duty of care, is to usher and nurture young people through complex periods in their life, helping them to understand how mercurial, chaotic, and changeable emotions and states can be. I would hate to think that there was any motivation other than concern and love behind any of the political positions people take on either side of this issue. Advocating for people's rights to express themselves and their identity however they want is a very beautiful idea. Preserving the safety of children, particularly when it comes to medical measures, seems to be something that is paramount. And it's interesting to see, isn't it now, medical professionals coming forward to say things that for a while have seemed like common sense.
In our declaration, we affirm that sex is a dimorphic, innate trait defined in relation to an organism's biological role in reproduction, male and female. This genetic signature is present in every nucleated somatic cell in the body and is not altered by drugs or surgical interventions. Consideration of these innate differences is critical to the practice of good medicine and to the development of sound policy for children and adults alike. Medical decision-making should be based upon an individual's biological sex. It should respect biological reality and the dignity of the person by compassionately addressing the whole person. We are here defying the claims made by these medical organizations in the US that those of us who are concerned are a minority and that their protocols are consensus. They are not consensus, and we are speaking in a loud, unified voice, enough.
That seems to be a significant moment in the conversation when it comes to children and children's identity. Speaking as someone that's had continual challenges with identity in my own nature, I hope that this will be an opportunity for some sanguinity, some peace, some serenity and reason to return to this subject. I hope that this doesn't become another way that people violate one another and continue to argue with one another. Surely there must be some principles upon which we can all agree. Surely there must be a pathway forward for us as people that have diverse, contrary and often opposing views to live harmoniously with one another.
Hey, this is exciting. We've got a great partner today. It's Rumble. But beyond Rumble, it's Rumble's latest venture. Let me ask you first, are you a Sleepy Joe type character with zero cognitive performance, struggling to muster focus and brain power for basic things like running the United States of America? You've got to stop drinking woke liberal coffee that hates you and your way of life and start your day by drinking Rumble's very own 1775 coffee. This is going to be the best tasting coffee you've ever had. Seriously good, ethically sourced from a family farm in the high altitude mountains of Bolivia. Not in the Bolivian lowlands run not by a family but by a single man still living with a pet. No! Instead of waking up and drinking your big corporation owned woke ideology coffee that's probably making you sick from the pesticides it's sprayed with, try Rumble's 1775 revolutionary coffee. Support freedom of speech. Build a parallel economy that actually values you and loves you. My favourite? It's dark, of course. I've always found the lure of the dark irresistible. I'm sorry, how can I stay mad at you? Well, you're just going to have to wait over there for a little while. Level up your morning routine with a 1775 coffee. Sleep all night knowing your hard-earned dollary dues are going towards supporting freedom-loving creators like me on Rumble. Visit 1775coffee.com now, pick up your first bag, use the code BRAND to save 10% on your first order. Oh, come on. Why choose,
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.